Today is day 335 of the podcast. And before Israel could possess the promised land, she had to dispossess that land of the inhabitants that were already in the territory. Those who exalted themselves against the Lord and against his ways were ultimately to be removed from the territory that God had proclaimed as his own. While the enemies of Israel in the Old Testament were actual flesh and blood people, our enemies, and as we read the New Testament, our enemies are not flesh and blood. Ephesians 6:12 says, "Our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers, against the world forces of this darkness, against the spiritual forces of wickedness in the heavenly places." So often we engage in conflict between human beings, but really the warfare and the beings that are possessing the territory God's given to us are really in the invisible, supernatural, evil realm. 2 Corinthians 10:3-5 states, "Though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not of the flesh, but divinely powerful for the destruction of fortresses. We are destroying speculations and every lofty thing raised up against the knowledge of God, and we are taking every thought captive to the obedience of Christ." For the kingdom of God to rule in this realm, a people must bow to his righteous reign and invite his kingdom to come and his will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. Pride, arrogance, fear, control, violence, lust, greed, and hatred must be dispossessed in the hearts of man, and the Prince of Peace installed in their place. Today's question: when have you faced the greatest spiritual opposition in your walk with the Lord?